What's going on, everybody? It's Alec, aka Python Don. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in my famous foyer, and I want to talk to you guys today about the elephant in the room. Why haven't I made a video with the Acura Tsx? And it's because I sold it. Let's get into why. Let's talk about the Acura, because it's no longer with me, unfortunately. I'm here in the garage. I hope I don't look like a creepo. But I just figured it was a good place to do a video in the BMW. It's kind of hot, but whatever. Just a disclaimer, this is probably going to be a long video as far as just like talking and just a conversation about the concepts and the ideas and philosophies, if you will, behind why I sold the Acura and decided to go with the BMW instead for the channel, because I think one of my last videos, it's got quite a bit of comments and like people are enjoying the fact that I was talking about the Acura versus the BMW. You can go check that one out. I'll put it up in the description or up in one of these links if I can. But that video was about 5 things that Acura does way better than the BMW. And don't get me wrong, I love the Acura, but today I'm going to talk to you about why I sold it. So let's get into it. Okay, so the main reason why I sold the Acura Tsx was a word I really couldn't, a word I really didn't know, but the concept I understood. And the word is potentiality. And a one way I've kind of understood this concept was when I was doing a lot of research on motorcycles, because I like cars and I like driving and I like everything about it. Motorcycles, cars, planes, helicopters, I mean, all that stuff. And in the concept of motorcycles, there's always that recommendation for a beginner's bike. One route, people go with the 250s because it's lightweight, they're nimble, they're easier to ride. And then the other guys recommend going with like a 600 or a 650. And they argue back and forth between why one's better than the other. The main argument for the guys who are recommending a 600 or a 650 bike is that there's an ability to grow into the bike. So as you spend time with the bike and learn and understand the motorcycle, your skills and abilities to use it get better. And they're saying, their argument is that, you know, the longer you have the bike with a 250, you're going to grow out of it really quickly. You're going to get used to how the power, you're going to understand the bike and learn it quickly. And then you kind of reaching, your skills are reaching the limits of the bike that it could provide for you as far as enjoyment and just like performance and stuff like that. So they recommend going with a 600 or a 650 because you could grow into the bike. And that growing into the bike, that word is potentiality. And so another great example right now is, which I'm sure all you guys, if you guys are car guys, could totally understand right away, is the Mustang GT500 that just came out with like 750 horsepower, right? And then the new Corvette C8 with 500 horsepower. And right away, you can tell the 750 horsepower GT500 with the special transmission has and everything. Yes, it's a powerhouse and it can perform, but that GT500's chassis has just reached its top of its potentiality. Whereas the C8 now, you put 750 horsepower in a C8 with a little bit wider fenders, wider track, all of a sudden you have a, you know, McLaren 720S competitor, something like that. So that's another clear example of potentiality. And that was kind of the underlying issue I was having with the Acura, was that I could tell that for whatever reason, I was gonna grow out of it, or I would need to do major mods to it to really change its potentiality for me and give me that like long lasting factor that I feel like this BMW has. There was things in that Acura that are amazing, and I would love to have one again. But right now, if I could have one car, obviously finances have played a part in this, but I owned them outright both, so I didn't need to. So I decided to go with the BMW for that reason, that there's just so much growth potential in this. The K24, which if you guys don't know is the motor inside the Acura Tsx, is a really sought after engine, very special engine. They buy that engine to drop into Honda Civic swaps and then turbo them and make some crazy performance cars. So there's the turbo ability of it, the superchargeability of it. So there is potentiality in the TSX. It's just the whole lingering concept of its front wheel drive was there, you know, things like that. So all those things kind of stuck with me. I think also I had a BMW as my first car, and that played like a role. I understood you know, the car already. And that's going to actually lead into the other major reason why I sold the TSX. But yeah, potentiality, you know, it's just this car, I feel like I'm going to be able to grow into it for a lot longer period of time. I can have this car, I could see myself having this car for 10 years, 100%. Between all the stuff we're going to do to it, and actually potentiality plays a role in you guys, and definitely played a role in you guys, and like having a channel and having a good starter car to like work the channel off of. I think the BMW, again, leading to what I'm about to tell you in number 2, has so much more kind of support in that aspect. So potentiality was the biggest factor as to why I sold it and purchased a BMW instead, for sure. Number 2, how do I say this? Forum support, aftermarket support, the whole car scene in itself, from the BMW to the Acura, is literally night and day difference, guys. I mean, night and day difference. And I'm not oblivious to the reasons why. Putting this into perspective, the Acura TSX from a 2004, I think was the first year they made it, maybe even 3, all the way to I think 2008 for the first gen, they only sold combined from all those years under 200,000 cars. The Bmw E46 chassis, the 3 Series, they sold over 3 million, right, worldwide. So the TSX was a North American market car. The European market car was slightly different. So obviously there's going to be more forum support. There's going to be more aftermarket support. But that's just something you cannot deny, and something I could not, I could not take notice, is that when I was owning the TSX, it's a 4-cylinder. There's no turbos. It's a small engine. It's not that complicated. But for me, I'm not a mechanic, so I like to go online and learn about how things work, and learn about my steps on how am I going to DIY this. And there was legit zero forum support. I mean, I would click on links on DIYs on how to do simple things. None of the photos would be there. It would just be so dated. Posts from 2008, 2007, nothing like latest stuff, stickies and DIYs, if anybody know the forums and kind of how they work. It just wasn't there. And then the aftermarket support, weirdly enough, not even weirdly enough, it goes back to how much they produced. Parts for the Acura were more expensive than parts for the BMW, which is like, nobody realizes that, oh, but the BMWs are expensive. Not any E46, guys. They made so many of these that literally, like, if I could recommend a project car to anybody, E36 or E46 all day long. They're reliable. And yeah, just as reliable as a TSX, like legit. Like, do your research. These cars are super, super legit. And I kind of knew that going in. It's one of the reasons why I bought it. When I had my first BMW, which was so janky, gosh, we'll talk about that in another video. But it was ridiculously janky, sketchy deal. My first car, what do you expect? And I just remember like being on E46 Fanatics and having so much forum support. I mean, you had DIYs and it was all organized and it was on everything. I mean, this car and buying one of these cars gave me the confidence. You know, you doing a few DIYs yourself gives you the confidence to make you realize, you know, it's just nuts and bolts. I can do this. But you're only going to get to that point when you have data and like a knowledge that you could, fear is, the reason people are scared of doing things is because they lack understanding. So once you have an understanding of something, you can better attack it and you gain confidence. Just watching a video on how to do something step by step, even though you've never done it, you have a better confidence about, hey, I think I can do this. So some people walking by, I don't want them to think I'm fucking crazy talking to myself. So that is such an important reason why I also decided to keep this car. I mean, they were the same exact price. I bought them for $7, both for $7. And so it was kind of also another reason why I kept this. The forum support, the aftermarket support. I mean, there's guys making turbo kits for this car. This car's 2003, almost 20 years old. 20 years later, they're making turbo kits and coming out with them this year, you know, like, oh, stay tuned for turbo kits. So the support, the aftermarket support is so insane for this car. And then you have the rear wheel drive. And the reason there's so much aftermarket support for this car goes back to that potentiality. People who own this car and understand that this car, if you put the money into this thing, you can make this thing a monster, like a track weapon, a drift weapon, a straight line speed weapon, I mean, you could, with the turbo kit on this car, I'll have a power to weight ratio of a tuned M5, you know, a tuned 2013 M5 with 550 horsepower, probably tuned 650, but they weigh more. This car doesn't weigh as much, maybe 400 to the wheels, 450 to the wheels, relatively cheap. I mean, so much support, so much aftermarket support. So, I mean, all in all, stay tuned, guys. I'm excited with this car. I have so many more things that, like, the moment I bought this, it just opened up a whole world of, like, options and things for us to do for the videos and for this channel. And obviously it's not going to stop here. I want to do vlogs. I want to go to some car meets and stuff. I'm a car nut. I love supercars, 90s supercars, XJ220s. I'm super into all that stuff. So if you guys are still watching, I appreciate it. I know it was a long video and a rant, but those kind of summarize the reason why I sold the TSX and why I decided to keep the BMW. Thank you guys for watching. If you're still watching to this point, stay tuned. I do like talking like this sometimes and just giving you guys kind of a glimpse into like how I think and stuff, and like concepts and philosophies, and videos more about this, because I feel like not a lot of YouTubers talk about that. They're just buying a fucking new Pagani Huayra every Friday. So and then they got Koenigsegg CCX, and then next week they'll get a GT3, and it's just like so separated from like reality for most of us. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned every Friday, okay? Let's try to get to 200 subscribers. If you guys can, please give it a like and thumbs up and subscribe. Shoot some comments down below. I'll reply to you guys. We'll have a discussion. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys. Peace. Replacement. Yeah. Still drives like a dream, man. This thing is so nice. What a car.